Hey there and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Chibi Kane from the WWE. So we're going to start with the eyes. We start with the eyelid opening. On the left side we're going to curve down towards the center. So curving down. And then from here we're going to curve up the inside for the frown line. Curve like that. Let's go over to the right side and do the same thing. So we're going to leave a little gap in the center. Starting from the inside, curving across. And now we're going to make our way along the top of the eyelid, all the way across to the side. From here, let's draw the sides of the eye opening. From here, I'm going to curve down and in towards the right. On the right side, we're going to go down and in towards the left. From here, we're going to curve the bottom edge of the eye opening to that point where the frown line starts. So from here, let's go ahead and curve up. Go to the right side. Starting from the inside, we're going to move towards the right. Close that off there. Let's tuck in the eyeballs underneath this eyelid opening. So on the left side here, we're going to leave a gap. We're going to draw a half circle tucked in underneath. We'll go to the right side and do the same thing. So starting on the inside, curve to the bottom, and then back up to the top. We're going to draw in a highlight on the top edge of the eyeball. So up here on the left side, we're going to draw a smaller circle. And on the right side here, we're going to draw a smaller circle tucked right in. We want to try to keep these about the same height. Inside here, we're going to color the eyeballs in black. For those of you that are joining our channel for the first time, I use Sharpie fine point markers for all our lessons. You can get these at pretty much any stationery store. We'll go over to the right and color this eye in as well. Alright, so from here let's connect these two eyes with a curve down the center. So from the left side, around halfway along this frown line, we'll curve down and up towards the right. We're going to draw in some eye bags. So from this corner here, I'm just going to curve out towards the left, and we'll curve out towards the right. From this point, I'm going to draw in the bottom edge of the mask before I get into the mouth detail. So with all my chibis, I usually draw the lower part of the face pretty small. So I'll draw the chin down to about here. On the side of the eye, over here on the left side, I'm going to curve down towards the chin. On the right, I'm going to do the same thing. So starting just beside the eye, I'll curve down, and I'm going to sort of connect these two sides together by creating a curve all the way across. From this point, I'm going to draw in the chin strap. So they both start on either side, from left to right. On the left side here, I'm just going to draw an angled line going up, and on the right, I'll do the same thing. I'm going to connect the tops with a curve that goes along the bottom. So just following the curve of the bottom chin all the way across. From here, now I can open up the mouth area. So on the left side here, I'm going to step over and draw a curve going up to the top of the nose area. So curving up, rounding that out, and then curving down on the right side, making sure there's a little overlap of the chin strap on either side. From here, let's go ahead and tuck in the nose underneath. So right here, I'm just going to draw a long U shape, and then along the side on the right, I'm going to step down and just curve up underneath. Let's do the same thing on the left side. Now we can go ahead and draw in the mouth. So I'm going to have him gritting his teeth. So up here, I'm just going to draw an upward curve first, and then on the left side, I'm going to curve it and round out towards the left and round out towards the right. From here, these are going to curve up towards the middle, but to a rounded curve in the center here. So from this corner on the left, I'm going to curve up, and then flatten it out, round it out, and then back down towards the right, and pull that corner around. Let's draw on some teeth. So on the left side here, I'm just going to draw a straight line across. On the right, I'll do the same thing. We're going to cross this like a T on both sides. We'll color the bottom corners in black. Let's go ahead and add a bottom lip here. So under here, I'm just going to draw a little curve that goes across. We're going to give him a few cheekbones. So on the left side here, I'm just going to curve down. From the side of his head, I'm just pulling it downwards. From here, we can go up to the side of the top of the mask. So we're not going to go all the way to the top of the head. We're going to go just above the eye area. So from here, I'm going to curve out again towards the side. On the right, we'll go up as well to right about there, the same height on both sides. These are going to curve all the way across, but in the center, there's a little strap piece here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by drawing a straight line across the middle, going up with two short lines on either side, and then connecting it along the top. Now I'm going to take that point and curve right into about halfway along this line here. So curving across like that, and then on the right side, we'll just connect it on that side. Let's add a few forehead wrinkles. So just above the eye, we're going to go start down on the left side, curve down with the curve of the left eye, curve up and over the right side. Starting on the left, I'm going to curve down, curve up, and then just flatten out on the right side. We're going to add a smaller one here, so we're just going to draw a curve. It goes up like this, and we'll add one more long one on the top. So we're going to start on the left side, curving across, down in the middle, up, and then flattening it out on the side. On the side of the corners of the eye area, we're just going to pull two curves going up, just to show a little bit more wrinkled detail. On the side of the mask, I'm going to show a little bit of the strap coming out. So just from the top corner, I'm going to step down, go across, come down with a short line, and then back in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Across, down, and then back in. From this point, I can go ahead and draw in the top of the head. So we're going to have the hair sort of slick back. I'm going to sort of have it parted this way, so it's going to curve this way. So starting on this corner, I'm going to step in just a little bit and just start with a little curve like that. And I just want to make my way over towards the right side with a series of overlaps. So I'm going to step back and just layer in some hair. Going back again. So this is the top of the head. I'm going to step back here, draw another curve like that. Now from this point, I'm just going to pull this right into that strap there. Now I can layer in some hairlines. So from here, I'm just going to pull just a series of curves going over towards the left like that. Over here, I'm going to change direction. I'll go over towards the right. Maybe add one more right there. From this point, I'm going to draw in the hair coming down the sides, and it's going to start to curl along the side of the head. So I'm going to start on the left side here. From this corner, stepping in, I'm just going to draw a nice little wave that comes down. Let's go over to the right side and just draw the same thing. From here, I'm just going to do a series of curves that come up, and it'll eventually tuck in underneath the chin. So from this point, I'll curve out. So you can see it's tapering out, gets a little bit wider. From here, I'm going to change direction, curving inwards. I'll pull that back in. Do one more here. Pull that back up. Maybe I'll do one going in the opposite direction just to fill in that gap. And tuck that in underneath the chin. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. So curving up. I'll change directions. Going back up. One more down. Pulling back up. And then this one I'll just curl in towards the body underneath the chin there. I can also add a few more hair strands along the side. So I'm just going to draw just a couple curves, just curving with the flow of the hair downwards. Now from this point I want to draw in the body. So with all my chibis I usually draw the body the same height as the head. So I use my hand to sort of measure this out. So the bottom of the feet will come down to here. Halfway between the chin and the feet is where the waistline will be. So on either side I want to draw on the side of the waist. So right about here I'm going to leave a gap, curving down towards the hip. On the right side, I'll curve down towards the hip. From this point, I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve, coming down in the middle and then back up. Over here, let's draw in the sides of the top. So coming down from that point, we're just going to curve around. Just for the shoulder strap. In here, we're going to open up the shirt. So stepping over and draw a half oval, going down towards the bottom and back up on the right. In here, he's got some stitching inside. So we're going to draw, starting from the bottom, we're going to draw a series of like long rectangles. In the center here, I'm going to draw one in an X pattern. So I'm going to start by drawing an angled rectangle one way. I'm going to draw one in behind it, so coming in the opposite direction. Going behind, square off the ends, and then tuck that in underneath. We'll draw one more going across, maybe in an angle. They don't all have to be straight. It actually looks nicer if they're like kind of crooked. Up here, I'm going to draw one almost vertical, and then we'll angle one out on the side on the left. Down here, we'll draw a couple more on the right side, just to simplify it. From here, let's get down to the legs. So down below the center, we're going to draw the lower torso line, so a curve that goes across the middle. We start with the left side. We're going to draw the inside part of the leg. So from this point, stepping in, draw a curve down towards the heel. On the right, we'll draw a curve down towards the heel. Now let's draw the length of the foot. From the heel to the toe, we're just going to draw a curve. Cross like that. Go to the right side and do the same thing, making sure they're roughly the same length. From the toe, we're going to curve the top of the foot, aiming towards that heel. So it's almost like a half circle, but we're not going to close it off at the end. We're just going to go up to the top of the foot, curve back, and just kind of stop right about there. From the corner of that hip, we're going to curve down to the top of the foot. Let's go to the right side and do the same thing. So starting on the inside, curve the top of the foot down towards the toe. From that heel, we'll curve down towards the top of the foot. Let's draw in the sole. So on the corner here, we're going to step up and just trace the bottom of the foot just slightly above it. And then we're going to draw in the edge of the boot. So from the toe, we're going to come up and just curve the top of the boot. Just on both sides like that. Let's add the little flame pattern on the side here. So again, we're going to keep this simple. We're going to start on the side of the leg, curve across to the left, and then flick this up. We're going to pull this back in. Now we're going to do like an S curve going up. From this point, I'm just going to swirl around, pull this back down, and then I'm just going to kick this out towards the right side. Let's add some more stitches along the waistline here. So from the waist, I'm just going to pull some more long rectangles coming down. Let's do an X pattern here. So I'll pull one way, and I'll pull one and tuck it underneath there. Add one here, maybe one more on the side above the flame. Along the knee, we're going to add more. So we're going to add an X here. So tucking that in underneath. Draw one beside it here and one in a different angle. Okay, so we got the bottom part of the body. Let's get into the arms. So I'm going to have the arms just down inside. He's got 2 fists out. So down here, about halfway down the body, we'll draw the inside part of the left arm. So just a curve coming across. From here, we're going to do an overlap. And just draw a curl like that for the inside edge of the thumb here. On the end here, we're just going to draw a little bracket. We're going to move over along the thumb. And we'll swirl around the first finger. We're going to do a series of overlaps now. So coming down here, we'll curve the second finger. Now the third finger is going to go all the way back up towards the side of the arm. So starting here, we'll curve up and just tuck this in underneath the hair. Let's draw in a wristband here. So actually it's a glove, so we're going to draw the edge of the glove here. So from here, we're just going to curve across just above that wrist line, and we'll add an elbow pad. So up here, we just want to draw a curve going here, but we're going to tuck it in underneath that hairline. Starting on the side, go behind the hair and across, and we'll just trace that twice. That's 2 lines there. On the side, on the right, we're going to do the same thing. So starting at the same height on the inside part of the arm, curve down, do an overlap, draw a curve for the thumb, and we'll draw that little bracket. Over to the side, we're going to curl around the bracket for the first finger, step down, do a second finger. Now the third finger is going to go all the way back up behind the hair. So curving up, in behind the hair, we'll just continue it in behind like that. Over here, we've got a little half glove here. So we're going to start from this top of the bracket, curve across the hand. Up here, we'll step up from that wrist, curve across, and then we'll draw that same elbow pad. So 2 curves going across the arm like that. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi Kane from the WWE. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.